How are you guys doing today? I decided to hop on here real quick just to check in with you guys, see how you guys are doing. I don't know about you guys, but this week has been a trying week. Like y'all know how it is. Um when you start the week and you have high hopes and then nothing seems to go right. That's the kind of week that I've been having. And I don't know if it's just because it's that time of month or whatever, a little bit TMI, but yeah, I'm just like, I have not been feeling it this week. But you guys comment, let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how your day went. Let me know how's homeschooling going for you guys? I don't, and also I was thinking like, I don't know if it's just the weather. I don't know what it is, but this week have been tough. So I'm hoping that the next 2 days kind of just roll by and, we can get through it. Hey, you guys. Hey, hey. Same here. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, I don't know if it's just the time of year because it's like it's been gloomy. We haven't had no sun outside. And I've just been feeling just not in the mood, not into it, not up to it. So, yeah. How are you doing today? Guys, comment and let me know how you doing, how your day been going. How did your homeschool day go? And what did you guys do? Let me know. So I'm sitting here. I got my notebook because I'm trying to plan some field trips for my homeschoolers, but I don't want to do like the same old, same old. I want to like take them to some different places. And so hopefully you guys can shoot me some ideas. Hopefully you guys can shoot me some ideas because I'm looking for some places that we have not been before. And so if you don't know, we are in Houston right now. We are a traveling homeschool family. We do live in our travel trailer full time. And so that's what I was saying. We are in the Houston area. And so if you know of some pretty cool field trips that we can do here, comment and let me know. We've been to like your typical museums, zoos, um, theme parks. You know what I'm saying? We've been to like the same old places like that. And so I'm looking for some new field trip ideas. One of the things I was thinking about is oh my goodness, it's something ear, where the kids go and then they like blow the ear underneath and then they go fly. Oh, that's what I fly. That's what it is. So that's one of the things on my list is I fly. If you guys have some more, let's see, what do you guys have? Have you guys been in Jamaica Beach? No. Okay, so that's a good idea. Look, y'all about to give me some ideas because I love taking my homeschoolers on field trips, but I've been homeschooling them the entire time. Now they're at 9 and 11, and now it's time for me to like come up with some new ideas. We do travel a lot and we do go to a lot of different places, but I'm just looking for some new adventures. So let's see. Would you fly on a helicopter? Yes. Actually, I would. I would. And so we've been, well, not my homeschoolers. When I was in Vegas a few years back, with me and my husband and my sister-in-law, we went on a helicopter ride over Las Vegas at night. It was so beautiful. And it's definitely like, if you're going to go to Vegas, it's something I would absolutely recommend. Yeah, but so one of my homeschoolers, Abby, my 9-year-old, she's like, she does not want to go on a helicopter. She's super scared of it. But my 11-year-old, she's the one that's super adventurous. And so she's like, she definitely wants to do something like that. So for sure, that's something that we would definitely do or be interested in doing for sure. So let's see. Houston has some really good aquariums. Yeah, I'm like I said, they have been to the aquarium. I am trying to like do some field trips a little bit more outside the box. I think another thing I've been thinking about doing is horseback riding. If any of you have been horseback riding and you guys know some good places we can go to in Houston, please comment and let me know, because that is also something I would love to do, is take them horseback riding. They both have never been before. Like, they've been when we go to different what do you call it, fairs and stuff, and they've been on like horses then and donkeys. They've been on camels and stuff, but like to go actual horseback riding, they've never been. So that's something I would definitely want them to do. You guys comment and let me know how your day has been going. Thank you all for joining the live. Let me know how your day was going. Let me know if you had a successful homeschool day, because like I told you guys, it's been rough for me today, and we gonna start all over again tomorrow. And we gonna make it happen, because today was not happening for us. So let me know. Let's see. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if it's the weather or whatever's happening, but I don't know, I've been super tired, super out of it. And so I think like I want to take a break for a few days, do some field trip, regroup, get our schedule together, and then come back and do it again. The zoo. The zoo's a good idea. We've been to the Houston Zoo before. I would say that it is it's one of the nicer zoos that I've been to, because as you guys know, we travel a lot, and so we've been to the zoos in Houston, in California, Arizona, and I would definitely say that I still feel like Houston has one of the best zoos. Let's see, work was good, just got home. Nice. Nice. So do you are you working full time in homeschooling? Because I know there's some parents out there, they want to homeschool, but then they work full time, and so they're really hesitant about that. And so I'm always telling them that there's a lot of different homeschool families that work full time and also homeschool. So usually for the families that are working full time, they will homeschool their kids after work, excuse me, or on weekends. And then some of them, they'll do like shorter days. Instead of doing a 5-day school week, they'll do they'll homeschool for 4 days a week or 3 days a week, whatever really fits their schedule. Let's see, San Antonio have an amazing zoo. Okay, that's good to know. So let's see, we have zoos, we have Jamaica Beach, iFly. Let me know if you guys have any other ideas as far as a homeschool field trip is concerned. Let me know where you're taking your homeschoolers. Like I said, I am here in Houston. And so if you know the area and you have any suggestions, let me know. I am trying to do something a little bit outside of the box. Like, I don't want to do like a library or something like that. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe pottery or something. Ooh, let me write that down. Maybe pottery or like an art class or something. I'm not sure. Oh, and then since we are in Houston, as you guys know, there is the rodeo is coming up. So are you guys planning on taking your homeschoolers to the rodeo? Let me know. And if so, when? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, so let me know when. So I think the rodeo starts at the end of this month, and then it ends like right before the end of March. And we usually go every single year. And I'm excited for it. Sometimes we'll have like our family come down and they'll go to the rodeo with us. Yeah, so the rodeos, obviously if you live in Houston, you know all about it. But they don't just have rodeos in Houston, they have them in different parts of Texas. We've even been to the rodeo out in Austin before, and that one was super fun. They even had a thing where the kids can like sign up and do a race, like a little marathon race, all the kids versus kids. So that was pretty fun. My homeschoolers had an opportunity to do that, and they really enjoy that. Lake Conroe, okay, that sounds nice. Thinking about a lake. I don't know. I've been thinking about like doing a picnic. We haven't done a picnic in a really, really long time. And now that the weather, I guess, is, you know, starting to warm up and stuff, I'm thinking about maybe like packing them up and doing a quick picnic. I think that would be super awesome. Let's see, what are you using for math curriculum? So right now for math, we are using Synthesis. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but that is the math program by Elon Musk. And so my homeschoolers, they absolutely love that math program because it's like, it's in short intervals, and it's like a game, I guess you would say. So for them, it's fun, and they usually do their math for like an hour a day, and I love it because the lessons are like 5 minutes. They're not like really drawn out. And so the kids never get bored. They literally ask me to do that one. So if you're looking for a math program for your homeschooler, I would definitely suggest Synthesis. Although it's not free, I pay $55 a month for that program. And you can absolutely get a math program for totally free. Like, you can find them online, different curriculums, or you can buy books inside of the store that's cheaper than $55 a month. But I feel like because of the quality of program, it's worth it. And plus it comes with like a tutor. So if your kids have any questions, they can get help from the tutor if you're not right next to them to help them. And then like everything is catered to them. So until they're ready to move on to the next level, they won't. Like, they'll take their time and they'll teach them the same stuff in different ways until they totally get it, understand it, and then they move on. So if you're looking for a math program, definitely check out Synthesis. And if you're not sure of like the link or whatever, you can definitely find that on my page. Yeah, so math. Let me know what are you using for math? Hi Jeanette, how are you doing today? Let's see. Which free programs do I recommend for math? Let's see, for math, I would definitely, you said free. What is that program called? There's it's a website. It's called, what is that called? Just type in homeschool. Gosh, just type in free homeschool math and it should pop up. I can't think of it. But it's homeschool something, the website, and it's absolutely free, like worksheets, and then you can print them out for your homeschoolers, and then you can have them work on that every single day. And that's free up into a certain amount of printouts. After, I don't remember the number of printouts you get, they'll want you to sign up for a membership, or you just know that you can only have a certain amount of free printouts a month. Yeah, so that's what I would definitely recommend for math, for a math program. And if you're like, you don't want to, if you don't want to go that route, I would suggest also just going to your regular Target. You can go to Target, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Five Below, depending on the age of your child, and you can get math workbooks from there, and that will work totally fine. Or you can even go to Amazon, and they'll have math workbooks for like $10 or less if you're just looking for like an inexpensive math book. You know, you can absolutely do that. You don't have to spend a lot to homeschool. A lot of people have that misconception that, you know, if you're homeschooling and we have to spend a lot on curriculum, and you really don't. You can really homeschool up to your budget. Like, there's some people who buy the most expensive homeschool programs, and then there's other people who homeschool on a budget. They go get their material from Dollar Tree or half off books and other places. For this information, He's an extremely kind. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, so for history, we have not done too much history yet. I would honestly say that the bulk of my kids' history come from programs like TV programs and shows about history, but like we haven't really gotten to history like that. We are going to starting next year. We're going to really dive into history. I homeschool all three of my twins. Oh, nice. That's awesome. How long have you been homeschooling for, Jeanette? But yeah, so I think when it comes to history, I haven't really gotten into that too much because I'm not really sure where I want to begin. My daughter, she loves ancient Egypt, so that's one of the ones she really gets into and watch a whole lot of shows on that. I'm gonna get her some books on that too. But yeah, it's like world history. It's just so much, and I don't even know where to begin, but I'm just gonna go with my daughter's interest. Whatever she's saying, like if she wants to, stay in Egypt for a while and keep exploring there, then we'll do more history on that. So I'm definitely going with the flow when it comes to history. It's been 2 years for my son and 3 years for my twins. Oh, okay. Okay, so your kids are in what, the maybe first and third, possibly? Guessing first and third grade. And how have you been liking your homeschool journey? What made you decide to start homeschooling? And have they been homeschooled from the beginning? I get that question a lot. And I like to ask that question a lot because I know there are some moms, they didn't start homeschooling until like after the pandemic. And then there's some moms who have been homeschooling from the beginning and some moms just joining in. Like we're all at different levels and that's totally fine. I love that we have our own little community where we can like talk, meet up and just like learn together. So let me know, how long have you homeschooled like from the beginning, or is that new for you? Because with me and my family, I've been homeschooling my kids literally from the beginning. They've never been to public school. I don't trust I don't trust public school. I went to public school myself for elementary and junior high, and then for high school I did do homeschool. And I just feel like school now, public school is just not, it's not safe. And then just the kind of things they're teaching the kids, I'm literally speechless. Started with US history using PBS programs. Okay. Yes, my daughter, she loves PBS. So like outside of their regular homeschool learning, she'll go on PBS for like extra learning. They have lots of games, and yes, the different subjects they can learn and everything. So she absolutely loves the games on PBS. And then like for like typing, she loves ABC. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard of that one. That one is absolutely free. The kids might see a little commercial pop up here and there, or not a commercial, I'm sorry, advertisement pop up here and there. But it's a great program for typing if you want your kids to learn how to type. How do you feel about private schools? Well, homeschool is private school, but like private schools outside of homeschooling, I feel like if that's what's best for your family, I don't have an issue with it. Like, I'm not one of those who believe like everybody should homeschool their kids because it's not practical for every family to homeschool their kids. And I'm fully aware that, everybody's not they don't have the circumstance to do so. So if somebody decided that they wanted to let their kids go to private school, more power to them. I have no problem with that. I would assume that it's safer than public school, but I don't know what the statistics are on that for sure, so I don't know. Second and kinder, as from the beginning. I feel they learn better too. Okay, that's awesome from the beginning. That's awesome. I honestly feel like that is the best way because I feel like as parents, we are our children first teachers anyway, right? And so we start off by teaching them the little simple stuff, and then as they get older, we just add to it. And because we already naturally teach them, we want them to learn. It's so easy for us to just start being, teaching more things to them. And I also feel like kids are more receptive to what their parents is telling them too. So I think it definitely works. Homeschooling them from the beginning. I get people asking me sometimes like, well, what if your kids wanted to go to like public school, and would you let them and all of that? And I can honestly say, like, I've never had my kids ask me to go to public school. Like, they don't be interested in going to public school. They be interested in being outside with their homeschool friends, because if you don't already know, we do live at our RV resort currently. And so they have a lot of homeschool friends who also travel and live the same kind of lifestyle that we live. And so they're absolutely fine with the way their schooling is set up, to where they can homeschool and they could be outside at the park for hours with their friends. They love it. And I feel like if they were in public school, they would be robbed of that, because you're going to get a 30-minute lunch and a 15-minute recess, and other than that you have to sit down, be quiet, listen, da da da. And with homeschool, it's like you could be done. For us, it's about 2.5 hours typically, and then they can go outside and they be out there for like 5 hours sometimes, just really enjoying their friends. And I absolutely love that for them. Hey D, how are you? Yes, you caught me on the live. How are you doing today? Let's see. Also, let's get to see who they're without outside influences. Absolutely, yes. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Like with my girls, just like my oldest daughter is 11, and she's still into like her teddy bears, her dolls. Like, they have such a sweet nature to them, and it hasn't been like robbed by putting them around other people's kids and their kids. Ooh, some of them, they ain't got no morals. They parents ain't raising them, the way you raising your child. And I'm like, I don't want their kids' bad influences rubbing off on mine. Like, I work really hard to keep my kids the way they are, and I'm not saying like I'm not overly sheltering them or anything like that, but yes, I do protect my kids, and I'm raising them in a certain way. And there's other people who, they don't put no effort into raising their kids, and then their kids come around your kids and they don't know how to act, and my kids be like, what is going on? What is going on? So yeah. Let's see. I'm doing great. How's your day going? Girl, I was just saying how, like, it's the middle of the week, and it's been a struggle. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but this week in particular, I've just been tired and drained. And so I have not like been on schedule. I have not been on schedule with nothing. And so I'm like, you know what? Some days or some weeks are like that. And so I'm going to get up tomorrow and we're going to start all over again. And hopefully we get it done. But today was one of those days where I was like, let's just be over. Let's just get it over with. Yeah. It's one of them days. And if you have, you're a homeschool mom, you're homeschooling for a while, you totally understand that every day is not going to be ideal. Every day for us is not perfect. And a lot can happen, and especially I feel like as a homeschool mom, you juggle everything. You have to be a mother and a wife, and some of you guys are working full time, and it's just a whole lot that goes into it. And sometimes we're just tired. We're tired and we need a break. And look, this is your reminder. If you need a break, go ahead and take a break. We all deserve one. And I feel like because we pour so much of ourselves into our family and our children and their learning and everything, sometimes we're kind of neglecting ourselves. And I feel like I gotta do better. I know, like, we all have to do better, like, as moms, to really like pay more attention to ourselves and pour into ourselves, because once our cup is full, then we can fill our kids' cup, right? And so, yes, we had a vacation day today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm all about, taking a day off and just like starting fresh. And don't even say vacations, because I love vacations. I can't even wait to go on our vacation. We're going on vacation in March. they're going to be in LA and then in Vegas. So that's our, the vacation that's coming up. So I'm excited about that one, because after March, our next vacation won't be until October, where we're in Japan, and then November when I'm in Belize. So I'm excited about next month. I had that day on Monday. Girl, it's okay. It happens. And that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if it's the weather, if it's just me, like time of month. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I don't know, but it's okay. We all have those days as moms, whether it's a homeschooler mom or not, just as moms in general, we have those days where we try our best and things still fall apart. So we just got to give ourselves grace. Okay, it requires a lot of planning to balance full-time work and homeschool. Yes, hats off to the moms that work full-time and homeschool and still take care of their homes and they're cooking and cleaning and all of that, because you guys know our job never ever ends. Our job never ends. Like, oh my goodness, from the time I got married to now, it feels like it's just go, 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 go. And so if you're, homeschooling and working full time, hats off to you, because I couldn't imagine. That's a lot. Or dads. Yeah, you're right. I actually do get comments from men like, us homeschool dads, we exist too. And I'm like, that's awesome. That's totally awesome. I felt the majority of the people watching me, they are moms. So usually, I reference moms, but yes, there's absolutely dads that homeschool their children, or they help with the homeschooling of their children. So you guys comment and let me know, do you guys do all the homeschooling yourself, or is it some of the homeschooling where you have other, your husband or your mate or other families helping you to homeschool? Because typically, although like my homeschoolers use a math program, whenever they need math help, my husband always helps with that, because he's just better at math, and that's okay. Like, we all have our limits, and as homeschool moms, we don't have to be great at everything. It's okay to ask for help when we need help. It's okay, to let other people take on the tasks that we need help with, that we maybe, even if we can do it, it still will lighten our load if we delegate it to somebody else to help us out. So comment and let me know, are you guys homeschooling, doing everything by yourselves, or do you have someone to help you out with that? I even know there's some moms who told me like they work, and so like 2 days they're homeschooling their kids and somebody else's kids, like a friend kid, and then the other 2 days they go to work, and then the friends will homeschool the other kids. So like they take turns with their friends homeschooling, and they like work around it with their schedule. So, there is a lot of single moms and moms that are working full time, and they're still deciding to homeschool. And that's totally fantastic. I'm happy that they made that type of decision in their life, to go ahead and do that. That's super cool. Yeah. See. Okay. All right. The husband doing gym, grandma doing reading. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, my homeschooler's grandmother, she's from El Salvador, and so I'm always telling, since they were born, I've been telling her, hey, teach them Spanish, and they pick up a few words here and there, but they are far from fluent. So yes, I would love for her to take on that role and teach them Spanish, because we live in the United States and almost everybody knows Spanish. So that's something that I'm really hoping that she'll take on, and teach them Spanish. Whenever they go to her house, like I said, she'll teach them a few words, but as they're getting older, I'm hoping that they like pick up more and really like run with it. Let's see, half and half, but my lessons usually are shows and documentaries. Okay, half and half is cool. I cheat a little. No, honestly, I feel like documentaries are awesome. There's so much that your homeschoolers can learn from a documentary depending on what it's on. And then after they watch the documentary, so that that they comprehend everything, you can have them like write out a paper of what they learn, or even do a project on what they learned in the documentaries. My homeschoolers absolutely love documentaries. So do I. It's probably where to get it from, but they absolutely love documentaries. And so yeah, I wouldn't say cheating. Definitely. I think that documentaries should be a part of the homeschool, the lessons that you teach, because there's so much, like, obviously there's only so much you can do indoors. So the more you can expose them to, the better. Yeah, but half and half. So is that like you're doing half the subjects and they're doing the other? Okay. History and science. Okay. Okay, so like for science, are you doing like projects, or are you doing shows for that? Let me know, because I'm not sure when you say that if you were talking about the shows or if you're talking about like those are the subjects that you teach them, the ones you take on. Oh, okay. Cool. My kids absolutely love it. Obviously, I exposed my kids to that because that's an old show, Bill Nye. It's an old show, but my kids, they love that show. I used to love it growing up. They used to have another science show called oh my goodness, I think Zoom. I believe it was Zoom. This is way back when I was a kid. So you're talking maybe 28 years ago, maybe. A show called Zoom is out, and I remember they used to teach science way back in the day. But yeah, Bill Nye is definitely a good one. Another one my kids like, oh my gosh, I can't even think of it right now, but it's a TV show. It's like super duper common common for all the kids to watch and learn science on. They're not with me right now. Oh, see, you remember. You remember. Look, I'm like, shoot, nobody probably even gonna know what I'm talking about when I say Zoom. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. I used to love that show. I remember that was the show that taught me how to make homemade ice cream. I remember like an episode where you put the ice in like this tin can and you roll it, and that was my first time seeing anyone do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can make your own ice cream. So it was such an eye opener for me, and I also think that's a cool project for homeschoolers. So now that like came to my mind, I'm literally about to write that down, because we gonna do that. Y'all gonna see us do that in a video. We're gonna make homemade ice cream. They have like little machines and stuff that you can make the homemade ice cream with, but I feel like it's gonna be so much funner if I do it like the old school way. So I'm gonna do that. Dr. Binox, yes. Oh my gosh, my kids love that show for science, and it's a great show. Like sometimes I watch it with them, and I learn a lot along with them. And that's one thing, like as homeschooling parents, we shouldn't be ashamed to be learning when our children are learning. It's totally okay to learn with them. There's a lot of things we don't remember. Like we went to school a long time, a long time ago. And to be honest with you, I can't remember things from last week sometimes. Don't expect for me to remember something for 30 years ago or for 25 years ago. So it's totally okay to learn with your children. Like, don't feel like as a homeschool parent you have to know everything and all of that. It's not true. Anything you need to know, we live in 2025, like you can look up and figure it out. So definitely don't feel that pressure of like, oh man, in order to homeschool I have to know everything, I have to have a teaching degree or anything like that, because it's just simply not the case. Let's see. Oh my God, yes, the Magic School Bus. Oh my goodness, absolutely grew up on that, and I love that show. Now, I realized when my kids were watching it recently that they changed it. Like it's like a new Magic School Bus with, like, I guess improved characters or whatever. And I mean, just as good, but for me, like, I guess because I'm used to the old school one, I'm like, I enjoy that one better. But yeah, I realize now that they have, they still have the old one out too, but then they also have like a new version. Yes, the old school Magic Bus. Yes. So okay, you're saying the same thing. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of those shows that I feel like every kid was getting out of school, going home, and watching that show every day religiously. We watched it for years. I absolutely love the Magic School Bus. And like I said, like the information doesn't get old. You can still watch the shows from literally 20 years ago, 25 years ago. The information is the same. Yeah, so you get a little bit of like nostalgia when I see those shows with my kids. But yes, that's a good one for sure. What did you guys decide to make for dinner tonight? Like I told you guys, I've been feeling just tired and just, so I told my husband, like, let's just go and get some food because I'm not in the cooking mood. I don't want to make anything, like, not today. So we went to a Mexican restaurant, and so we had, fajitas. We had fajitas for dinner, so... Okay, pizza. Did you order pizza or was that like homemade pizza? Barbecue, yum. You know what? Even though we live in Texas, I honestly feel like I can't find a really good barbecue place here in Texas. Every time I go to one, I'd be like, it's all right. But I haven't found one that I'm like absolutely in love with yet. But that sounds good. Barbecue, pizza. Like I said, we have fajitas. You ordered it from home. Oh, okay. So that Uber Eats, look, you gotta be careful doing Uber Eats because I kid you not, I spend so much money on Uber Eats. It's not even funny. It's such a bad habit, and I'm always saying that I'm going to stop, and I don't. I just got done doing my taxes. And I hate going over how much how much I'm spending on food because I'm like, girl, you said last year you was gonna do better. And you didn't, you know. So I'm just like, oh my goodness. But I have to absolutely do better with that. I'm trying to be more disciplined, and I'm like, okay, maybe just eating out once a week. Because right now in my life, I probably go out or get food delivered at least once a day. And so I'm trying to get better with that because when you are going out to eat or having food come to you, you waste so much money that way, like so much money. Right. Absolutely. Yes. And it is very expensive, you know. And then obviously we're living in a time right now where like everything everything's expensive. Let's see. Dogs and veggies. I feel like, girl, see, I'm with you. I ain't even mad at the whole hot dogs and veggies because it's like I said, I don't know if it's the days, the weather, whatever, but I get it, you know. I stopped DoorDash and Instacarted. Smart. I literally I've done both this week. I've gotten groceries delivered, and I gotten tons of not like junk food fast food, but eating out still delivery. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like when you get your groceries delivered, it kind of helps. But for me, it's about discipline. And I got to be tougher on myself and stick to it. Be like, I'm not, going to eat out but once a week. And so I was speaking to my husband about that, and we had agreed about that. It does add up, yeah. And we had agreed, like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just do it once a week so that we're not just wasting money, because it is a waste of money, especially if you're ordering food in and you got food at home. It's definitely a waste of money. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because I am one of those people who would literally go grocery shopping and then right when I'm done want to go out to eat because I'm tired from grocery shopping, so I don't want to cook. I don't want to cook the food. So yes, that's one of my goals though, and I really, really do plan on taking it seriously. I've been saying it for a while, and I'm like, girl, let's do this. Full refresh, but still order pizza because no one was. See, and I get that. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I feel like it happens to more, like so many people, but not many people probably want to talk about it. But I feel like that's the case. Like by the time you go grocery shopping and you put everything away, you done walked in the store for like 2.5 hours. Who wants to stand up now and cook a whole meal? Like, So I feel like that's the perfect day to go out to eat, and then maybe staying home all the rest of the days to eat at home. That might be a good idea, like a good compromise if you're struggling with the same thing. Let's see. That's yep, yep. Yeah, so do you guys have any plans for this weekend? Let me know. Like I said, I know the rodeo here in Houston is coming up, I want to say at the end of this month, maybe in another week or so. And so I'm absolutely going to take the girls there. You guys are going to see video footage of that, of course. We go to the rodeo every year. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes we go twice a year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Let me know what you guys have planned for the weekend. As of right now, I'm like, wait, what do I got planned? To drop my kids off at their grandma's house. They're gonna go to my girls, Ava and Abby. They're gonna go to their grandmother's house this weekend. So I'm gonna have some alone time come Saturday and Sunday, and I look totally forward to it. Like some much needed time, especially since this week has been such a drag. Like I need time to just regroup and take time to myself and, you know, gather my thoughts alone. Because if you're a homeschool mom, then you know, or a homeschool parent, then you know that our kids are with us 24/7. My kids are, they're with me. They're always right up under me. And so sometimes I be needing a break. And so because we are in Houston now, my mother-in-law is about maybe 50 minutes away. And I gladly will drive over there to drop them off. They don't go that often, but when they go, trust me, it's needed. Like you said, I wish I could. Do you have any family near you, or you don't have any family that's close by, or someone you can trust? Because I'm one of those people. I do not trust like strangers with my kids, not at all whatsoever. And when I say strangers, I mean like friends or anything like that. No, like if the person is not a blood relative, my kids is not going to sleep at your house. It's never going to happen for you. It's never going to happen for them. Oh no, it's just not at all. Oh, that sucks. I get it because the majority of my family, they live in California. And so when you don't have no family in the same state you're in, or not at all, some people, they don't got family at all. It's tough. It's tough to really absolutely need a break and don't have a break. And when my girls were younger, I didn't have a mother-in-law or a mother in Texas. They both were still in California. And so, yeah, I used to need a break. My kids are literally 2 years apart. So you're talking about an infant and a 2-year-old. And when I say it was tough, it was tough. And some days, like my husband would walk through the door and I would just hand him the kids and I would be like, babe, I'm in the room. I lock the door. I need me time, because it does get overwhelming when you're like, a mom and you're trying to juggle everything, and the kids, they won't let you be great. They will not leave you alone for you to take a minute to yourself. So I totally get that, but I understand that struggle because I lived it for years. I totally get it. Right now, we only have my mother-in-law here in Texas. My mom, she lives in Texas, but my mom has dementia. And so when I pick her up, I'm taking care of her. She's not able to take care of my girls for me or anything like that. And so, I don't have her anymore. When they were younger, she was totally active in their life, and she would always want them, and they have such a close relationship even now, but she's not able to do that. All my family are in France, and I'm not that close to my in-laws. Oh, okay. Wow, that's a distance. I get it. Not look, not everybody is close to their in-laws. I absolutely get it. It sucks though. It does suck when you need that break as a mom and you don't have anybody you trust. I know there's some programs that'll let you do mommy and daddy nights, usually like at kid gyms and stuff like that, where you can drop them off for, I think it's like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know if that's something that you would be into or if you would trust them to do it. When my kids were really young, like I said, I wouldn't trust them with nobody. I don't care what kind of establishment they have, you know. Oh, okay, you tried it. Okay, so did you like it, or is it something you would do again? What happened? Because I've never done anything like that. I was always too worried that, you know, something might happen. And my kids were really young and they couldn't, you know, talk to me and let me know if something's up. So now that my kids are like older and, you know, like I said, they'll go to the park by themselves. If when we go on cruises, they're in the kids club. Like I drop them off and I pick them up hours later. They're in a setting with like usually 15 to 18 kids. They're doing art, they're playing sports, they're having a blast. And I love that for them because now they're old enough to talk to me if they need, like if something's happened, they know exactly, you know, what to tell me, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, before, see, my kids are old enough to be left alone. Yeah. And then like here in the state of Texas, they don't really have like a law of like, I think, you know, however, like your kids don't have to be a certain age to be left alone. Like obviously I'm not saying anybody should leave their babies alone, but like if you have kids that are like say 8 and 10 or whatever, you know, 14 and whatever, you can leave them home alone as long as they're responsible. They're not gonna, you know, set the house on fire, and in case something happened, they know how to call you or 911. They're good. So Texas is pretty lenient on that, and I feel like a lot of states in the, California are, but some states do have minimum ages. Texas is one of them. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, and so okay, so besides like the what do you call it, the mommy daddy like date night places, I don't know if you go to a gym, but we used to when I was young, when my kids were younger, I used to go to, I want to say the gym was Fitness Connection. I'm not sure, but they have a daycare in there where you can like drop your kids off and you can work out for 2 hours and then you could pick them up. And like I said before, I had no family in Texas, and when I really needed a break and I would go to the gym, you could drop them off. You can always, like, it's all glass, so you're able to see your kids. So I was comfortable with doing that. And then like they would not like change your kid's diaper or anything like that. If your kids needed to be changed or go to the bathroom or anything, they would call you to take your kids. So you never have to worry about like someone being, you know, alone in the bathroom with your kids or touching them inappropriately, anything like that. So yeah, I don't know if you have a gym like that, but that definitely can probably give you the break that you need a little bit more frequently. Because that helped me a lot. So that's another option. I'm trying to think of somewhere else that may be helpful. And then there's also like check your local museums, because sometimes they'll have homeschool days where you can actually drop your kids off at the museums for a few hours. I want to say the programs are like 4 or 6 hours where you can drop them off and they can learn and do little projects and stuff all day, and that can also give you a break. And then and with those programs you can decide if you want to stay there with them or if you want to leave. So that's another option if that's something that you're into. I did that now to our limit. Yes. Yeah. And I feel like if you're going to go to the gym every day anyway, that's great. Even if you're not working out hard, even if you're not really working out hard, a 2 hour break, look, you got to get your breaks wherever you can. And I feel so bad for some of the moms that are like so overwhelmed by, you know, having a lot of young kids and having no help, and, you know, them just being real stressed out about it. Like, I understand it's a lot, and I only have two. You know, some of you have a whole bunch of kids, you know, and it's even harder. I get it, because my mom, she had 6 of us, and then she would be watching my aunt's 5 on top of her 6. So it was always like a house full of kids. So I know what it's like to, you know, be in a family with a lot of kids and seeing your mom stressed out because she can't get a break. I totally get it. So hard. Yeah, no, I get it. I absolutely get it. Like I said, I come from a big family, and my mom, she was like the babysitter of all of her siblings' kids. So everybody would be over there, and even the neighbors. Like, it was a grip of it was a grip of us inside. And she would just be, I don't even know how she did it. My mom had energy like I could never have. Like she had energy and she did it. She never complained, like she was good at it. But then there would be some times where I see like, dang, she's tired, like she looked beat, you know? And I get it because watching kids, not just your kids, watching other people's kids is like a heightened responsibility because you're really like, oh my God, I don't want anything to happen to them. And so that's a lot. I don't think I could have done it personally, but she did it and she enjoyed it. A daycare? Well, no. I mean, honestly, I can honestly tell you, I don't know any homeschool mom who has ever put their kids in daycare, to be totally honest with you. That's not an option I would have went for personally, and I don't really think that's an option that any homeschool mom that I've ever spoken to personally would go for, the daycare. It's not a thing of like you're trying to get rid of your kids all day. It's a thing of like you just need a break. And that's why I suggested places where you could take your kids for maybe an hour or two, you know, something like that. But I would never never ever ever suggest a daycare to anybody. I actually I knew a woman she was telling me how she used to work at a daycare, and she would tell me how awful it was. And I just looked at her because I'm thinking to myself, how do you sit there and work at a place this bad and you could do that? Like she would say like the head person at the daycare would like, if the kids weren't acting right, she would take their snacks and she would eat it in front of their face. They'll keep them wet and just like really vicious and just terrible. And I was like, when she was telling me that, I was just like, yeah, see, that's why I would never put my kids in a situation where I don't know what's going on with them, because that's scary. Like imagine, obviously we have our kids, we love our kids, like we protect them with our lives literally, and to have somebody else mistreat your kids like that, to think that you as a mom, you sat there, you packed your child's lunch, and in your mind they're going to eat it at the daycare, and the person at the daycare is actually eating the lunch in your child's face while your child cries. And she was saying that the lady I was speaking to, she was saying that when she had that job, she was young and basically she didn't have any other, I guess, job opportunity. And so she stuck it through. And I'm like, I don't even see how you could. Like, I would have been like, you know, calling the police, like this is child abuse. But what she was saying was the reason why the kids were being treated so poorly was because of the area they were in. It was like a really poor area. But not just that, a lot of these kids, parents would take them to the daycare, drop them off, and leave them at the daycare so long that the police would have to come and pick them up because the daycare was closed. And so she was saying basically a lot of the parents, they just didn't care that much. And so I'm just like, dang, imagine, more than likely they're going home to a real bad situation, then they go to the daycare to another bad situation. Like, where do they get their break? It was, when I tell you I was so heartbroken, I'm like, see, it's literally stories like this is the reason why I do not trust strangers with my kids. I don't trust no daycare with my kids, none of that. Like, if I can't see my kids are not going. Like, and this is when they were younger. Like when I would, like I said, take them to the gym and stuff, they had in the workout area TVs where you could see inside of the kids room. So even though I was working out, I could still see what was going on. And so that gave me comfort. And then, like I said, it was all glass, so you could look right into it. That gave me comfort too. But daycares are scary. And honestly, so I went to school for child development because like I love kids. I wanted to adopt kids and all of that and work with kids and everything. But once I had my own kids, I was like, yeah, I think that might be a little bit too much for me. But I don't even see how someone can go to school for child development and really like learn all of this about a child to turn around and mistreat a child. Like, it was so disturbing. Let's see. I've heard of some real bad horror stories. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm like, dang, you can't trust people with your kids. And it's really sad. Like, even like when I'm watching TV sometimes and I'm hearing that people are forgetting kids in the daycare, forgetting them on the bus. Kids are dying at daycares, whatever. I'm like, what? People are dropping off their kids and they're trusting you with their children, and they're coming back and something's wrong with their children, or kids got bruises and stuff. I can't do it. It's way too many stories. I work in a daycare when I was younger, and it was so bad I left. I tell everyone, don't. See, that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy. Everyone, everyone who works in a daycare, or who has worked in daycare, they say the same thing. Like, it's so terrible. And it's frightening because it's like kids are so vulnerable. They don't have anyone that's there watching over them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be the person to look out for them. And these are the very people mistreating them. And the crazy part is, the lady was saying, like, when the parents come, everybody's smiling everybody's face and they act so friendly. But the second the parents leave, she was like, the lady just was so evil towards the kids. And I'm like, oh, it's a shame. It's a shame. Like, I don't really know like what could be done to fix that problem, but it's a big problem. I know that there's some daycare nows that offer surveillance where like you can look at your phone and see your kids from your phone at any time. And I'm like, that does give you a measure like of peace and everything. If you absolutely had to do it, at least you can see what's happening. But just, oh my goodness, literally last resort. And I get it, like, there's some people who don't have any family in their state and they absolutely have to do it. They have no option. It's like, what can you do? Are you going to go to work, or are you going to live on the street? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people have no option, and I get it, but sometimes the choices are terrible. Right. That's exactly what I was saying. He said, some people unfortunately have no choice, and that's true. Like, what do? You have to make a living. If you live in the United States, like, nothing's free. Like, you have to pay your rent, you have to pay your bills, and then you have kids. They come with so much expense. Like, I promise you, the other day my kids did the father-daughter dance, and one day that was $500, and I'm just like, kids are so expensive. um and you have to work. You know, you have to work all the time. You know, for me, like, I don't work outside the home or anything like that. My husband, he works and everything, and I'm fortunate that I don't have to. But I get that, you know, some people, they don't have that choice, and they have to work full time, and they have to do what they have to do. Not everybody have, like, even a 2-parent household. I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, and so my mom, she worked she worked like weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then she did like live-in work where she took care of people in their homes. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she was home Monday through Thursday. And that's what she had to do to take care of us, and she did that for most of my life, you know. And she had 6 kids, like I said, and obviously when you have that many kids, you're trying to balance everything. You can't be there for them. Sometimes we would have to be at an aunt house here, cousin house here. You guys know how it is when it's a lot going on, you know. So yeah, I totally get it. Yeah. Well, you guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's Wednesday. I hope that this brightened up you guys' day, being able to just kind of chit chat and be on here for a second just to say hi. I really just wanted to come in and check on you guys in the middle of the week, because I'm like, shoot, I'm having a tough week. Some of my mamas or dads are probably having a tough week, so let me just log in here and check on them. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I thank you guys so much for watching and joining the live, and I am gonna see you guys in the next one. All right, you guys, bye.